Alright, for today's video we are on the Toyota website, the United States Toyota website that is, to build a RAV4. And I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but I'm trying to get back into it. And why am I doing the RAV4 in particular? Well, that's because you'd be surprised. The new RAV4s for 2021, 2022, these have been very popular vehicles. In fact, one of the jokes I heard was I was on the Lease Hacker forum, and one guy said there's a better chance of you meeting the Pope than getting your hands on the RAV4 Prime. I kind of enjoyed that. And it's true. There's, obviously with everything that's going on, with all the shortages and all this other nonsense, it is very difficult, almost impossible to get your hands on a new RAV4 Prime. And this is one of the quickest selling vehicles. As soon as it hits a dealership lot in the United States, it's almost immediately gone within like 9 days. That's the longest they typically spend on a dealership lot before they get sold. So most people, they are building and speccing these vehicles out from the factory now instead of purchasing one that's on the lot. They used to be littered on the lot, and now it's like this hot commodity. It's like a Rolex Presidential. Like, it's so rare to come across. And we are going to be building a RAV4 hybrid because that's what I recommend you getting. The regular RAV4, I mean, there's not a huge price difference. As you can see by the starting price, it's $26,000 versus $29,000 for the hybrid. But look at the MPG gains, especially in the city, 25 versus 41. That's a pretty big jump. So that's why I'm going to be choosing the hybrid. I just think it's better use of your money, right? And as we see here, we have a couple of different trim levels to choose from. LE, XLE Hybrid, the XLE Premium, XSE, and the Limited. And as you can see, the price really starts jumping up, but I think the XLE is a good model to go with, all things considered. I mean, this is an appliance at the end of the day. This is not some crazy luxury vehicle. Don't overpay. It's still a Toyota. It's still meant to haul people around efficiently and effectively. And to do that, get it as cheaply as possible, especially since we don't have any discounts to work with here. Another thing I really like about the hybrids is you get the all-wheel drive as standard. And let's move on to color here. So you got some selections. Now, I will say when you actually go to spec one out, like with your own local dealership or something, they'll probably inform you on which colors and which interior colors are going to be available and which ones are not, due to all the shortage nonsense and supply demand, things like that. Lunar Rock is a pretty good and desirable color. When you go to resell it, you'll probably get some decent money. So that's a good one to choose. Interior, there's only really two options here, gray, black. When you go with like the white, a beige interior option opens up. Yeah, let's just choose something here. And thankfully for this XLE hybrid, there's only 4 options. Usually there's like a whole slew of these different grades and packages to choose from. But even this, let's kind of go through it here. XLE weather package. You can click on view details. You get things like the heated leather trimmed steering wheel, heated front seats, rain sensing, windshield wipers, and a de-icer function. That's not bad for $925. As you can see, the current MSRP with everything that we've chosen here, we haven't really chosen anything, but with these colors and things, it's about $30,500. And the convenience package gives you the height adjustable power liftgate, which is pretty useful if you're going to open the liftgate inside of a garage, or if you're going to be parking this inside of a garage. That is pretty useful to have. Keep that in mind. And it's going to have the jam protection and the power tilt / sliding moonroof, which I think most people would want. I personally don't care about a moonroof or anything like that, but most people do. Now, the XLE convenience package with options, that's basically the weather package plus a convenience package bundled together for like a slight discount. You're probably saving like $100. But look at this. Due to the supply and demand, I guess, you only have these 3 colors to choose from. So that's pretty unfortunate if you wanted the Lunar Rock with that particular 2190 package on it. Now, here's the thing. You can also get the $3,200 convenience package with options. And what is the extra option? So you get the weather package and the convenience package that we already mentioned, but you also get this Audio Plus package along with it. And that upgrades you to a 9-inch touchscreen. You get 6-speaker audio, and you also get the wireless Android Auto and the wireless Apple CarPlay with some Amazon Alexa nonsense. Various subscriptions going on here. It's nice, but really not necessary. I mean, you don't need wireless Apple CarPlay per se, so I would save the $1,000 and add these all-weather, these overpriced all-weather floor mats for $409 that are really taxing you there. I mean, it shouldn't cost much more than $150, even through the dealerships, honestly. So $409 is too much. In fact, actually, you can just buy a set from WeatherTech on your own later after you purchase the vehicle. Let's not pay that money here, and let's just go to the summary. And what do we have here with the delivery, processing, and handling fee? We're at about $34,000 for a decently well-equipped XLE hybrid RAV4 that comes with all-wheel drive as standard. So that's, again, another reason why I prefer getting the hybrid. You get the fuel economy benefits as well as all-wheel drive as standard, and you should get all-wheel drive with the RAV4 because it's genuinely one of the more off-road capable CUV SUVs in its class. I know that seems like, it's kind of a joke, but it's really not. If you live in like a more inclement weather area, right? You're up north or in Chicago or places like that. It is nice having a more capable all-wheel drive system compared to things like the CR-Vs and the Mazda CX-5s. Actually, to be honest, the CX-5 Mazda is one of my most favorite options in this category. You can get like a $25,000 CX-5, like a base model, comes with plenty of options and feels pretty premium for its class. But again, the RAV4 is what people are going nuts for nowadays. But just for fun, let's build this RAV4 Prime. And as you can see, white and a black interior. That's the only option available for this SE RAV4 Prime. There are some practical reasons as to why you might want to go for the RAV4 Prime. I mean, it will do 40 or 45 miles of pure EV range, and that is pretty cool. It's the most optimal choice, I'll admit, and it is the quickest RAV4 that you can get as well. I think it does 0 to 60 in about 5.7 seconds, but mainly you want this because it can do about 45 miles on pure EV range. And this really is the best iteration of a hybrid system when it can do pure EV driving as well. But when you go for like these plug-in hybrids, man, the price really ramps up here. Like we're talking about $42,680, $8,000 more than the XLE hybrid, the regular hybrid RAV4 that we built. Pretty big price jump, honestly. And the other thing is we chose a RAV4 XLE with the 17-inch wheels, and that's good for the ride quality, of course. And when you go with things like the XLE Premiums, you're going to be getting like 18-inch wheels. Same thing with the XSEs, right? The XSE does look good, but again, $35,000. We're really jumping up there before even adding any options or destination fees, right? But let's just check out the XLE Premium here just to see what else it kind of comes with. Obviously, it comes with the 18-inch wheels, integrated LED fog lights, dual zone, automatic climate control, kind of these pseudo leather seats. And this is the trim level where you can get the JBL audio as an option, right? Even with the XLE that we checked out with the Audio Plus package, it did not come with the JBL audio system. Now, the JBL doesn't sound that great. It's just really bass heavy. That's really all it is. You know what? Red is a pretty common color for the new RAV4s. I've noticed that. But again, to get these extra packages, it's an extra $4,000 on top of what the XLE Premium costs. And that's just not worth it to me. If you're going to load this vehicle up to the brim, you can get like a real luxury vehicle. In fact, you can kind of move up to the, Lexus stuff almost at that point. And we're at about $38,000. Now, another thing to note is blind spot monitoring is not standard with the RAV4s. You get a few safety features like the lane keep assist, forward collision braking assist, things like that. Another option, if you're having difficulties ordering a RAV4 due to its insane popularity, you can look into the Venza. I did reviews on the 2020 TRD Off Road RAV4 as well as the Venza, a 2021 I believe Venza, and I enjoyed the Venza. it's a good vehicle, has a little bit more of an upscale feel compared to the RAV4. The RAV4 is a little bit more rugged. This is a little bit better for more luxury driving, right? And the other thing to note is the Venzas will come with all-wheel drive as standard as well. And you're again limited in your color selection here for obvious reasons. And again, you don't need the premium audio or the JBLs or anything like that. You know, we're talking about $37,000. So it's a little bit more expensive to get an XLE event building a regular RAV4. I mean, XLE Premium is like almost $31,000. And I don't even think it comes with all-wheel drive as standard. Yeah, it comes in front-wheel drive. So if you want all-wheel drive, that's extra money. So it's not even really worth getting a regular RAV4. I will say, you know, after doing reviews on the RAV4s, one of the things I noticed is the engine can be pretty loud when you get on the throttle. There's no real like engine cover over it, so I don't know. It's just super loud when you get on the throttle, and that can be pretty annoying to some. It's got this more industrial feel to it. It's very much like a people carrier and a carrier of things. There's plenty of trunk space in the rear, and it's a good utilitarian vehicle, all things considered. You know, there is a satisfaction in owning a Toyota product. There's a unique smell to it, and it's got its own little driving signature that I can see why it's addicting to some. It really keeps people within the Toyota brand. I can see why people keep coming back to it. Yeah, you know, the Prime is cool and all, but with the extra price delta here, I mean, it's just, I don't know if it's worth it, if I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, $42,000, like $8,000. How much driving do you do in a month? You know, I get it. Most Toyota buyers, they will do a lot of driving. I mean, that's why they go with the Toyota, for its resale value as well as pretty good fuel economy that's found in the hybrid models, I guess. But I don't know, to make up like $8,000 to $10,000 just in fuel economy alone is going to be a tall order. I mean, my father's got a 2021 Tundra, and you know, fuel for him is about $150 a month, and he drives like what, 8,000 miles a year. Even if you double that, he's spending $300 a month for a gas hog that gets like 12 mpg. And when you're talking about a vehicle that gets like 40 mpg in the city, I mean, come on, it's going to be tough to make up 10 grand in just fuel economy alone. So you really have to do the math on that. There's a couple of brokers on here on the Lease Hacker forum, which you can check out. I think the most popular, I'm in North Carolina, but I think Lease Companion, they will ship nationwide. You can check out their little spreadsheets, and you know, they haven't really updated anything yet, but usually they'll give out little discounts and things like that, right? Let's see here. RAV4s, you know, they're giving out like a 2% discount here, and an XLE hybrid is about $450. Now again, this is not a updated spreadsheet, I don't think, but just to give you an idea. And unfortunately, they don't have the Venza. Oh no, they do. They have the Venza right here. Yeah, about 2% off. An XLE, it's about $500. So yeah, the Venza lease prices have actually gone up. They used to be cheaper, like around $300. So that kind of went up. But yeah, if you're having issues with RAV4 availability, don't forget about the Venza. In fact, the Venza is a cooler version of the RAV4, and it doesn't even compromise much on the rear interior space. So hopefully that gave you some useful insight on what to look for in a RAV4. Just make sure you don't overpay for it. It is a Toyota at the end of the day. It's not a Lexus. It's not a BMW. It's not a Mercedes. Don't overpay for it. Don't load it up with a bunch of options that you don't need. Choose what you need carefully. And here, if you go through Lease Hacker or Lease Companion, you get about 2% off Msrp. So maybe that's of use to you. I don't know. But thanks again for watching. Take care and goodbye.